Testing, testing. How's it going, everyone? Joshua Zamora here, along with Steve Haas, which many of you have had the pleasure of interacting with. So we'll be getting started here in a few seconds. I restarted my computer just before this, just to make sure it runs smoothly. And now I'm having to open everything back up. So give me 1 second and we'll get things rolling. How's everyone doing today? How's it going, Brian, Oleg, Edwin, Victor, Wayne, Jerome? How's it going? Got a good amount of people on here, so hopefully you guys are prepared for some great training and you got some questions as well. So Wayne said, just another bad day in paradise. Well, I guess if you're in paradise, a bad day probably isn't too bad. All right, let me open Sendiio up. And today's going to be pretty relaxed training, nothing too crazy. We're just going to walk you through the different setup steps of Sendiio. Okay, we're going to walk through the email portion, try to get you guys squared away on that, because I know it's understandable. If you're totally brand new to an autoresponder, it can be very overwhelming for many of you, especially having to deal with SMTPs and domain records and all of those things. It can be very overwhelming. And some people, they just get overwhelmed, quit, and refund and don't look back. But those of you that are on here, hopefully are willing to be patient enough, give yourself time to get used to the platform, because I'm telling you, if you refund and then you try and come back later and buy at the same price and get the same bonuses and all of that stuff, trust me, that is probably not going to happen. And that offer that you guys jumped on is probably the first and last time that we will be offering that. And we'll be talking about that too. The upsells, the upgrades, all of that, everything is going to be restructuring and changing. So you guys definitely got a great deal. And we're also going to be improving Sendiio quite a bit. Some of you have already submitted some feature requests that we've already implemented or are in the process of implementing as well. So you guys are in for a treat. If you jump on this train and you stay on the train, I'm telling you that you will be very pleased with what we've got. And one thing as well, we've already processed over 2 million emails. And it hasn't even been, 2 weeks since we opened up. So you guys are definitely hammering Sendiio, which makes us happy. It shows us that you're actually in there using it. And Sendiio so far is running pretty smooth, okay? Even processing 2 million emails in a matter of, 9 or 10 days. The server is running smoothly, hasn't gone down, which is good. That's one thing that we were worried about. We knew that Sendiio was going to get a lot of attention, get a lot of users, and we spent a good amount of time to ensure that the servers ran smoothly throughout the whole launch. So far, everything's going well. And let me go ahead and share my screen. And Steve, if you want to do a mic check or say hello, make sure you're there, make sure you're awake.
I'm here, I'm awake, and I'm ready to rock.
There he is. All right. And for those of you that don't know Steve, me and Steve have been working together for a few years now. He is an email marketing and email delivery whiz. So you'll be hearing from him on this call as well. Some of you have already been speaking to him in support. He's helped a few of you out getting up and running. So he'll be also sharing a big portion of how to get the email portion up and running. Because I'm not, even me myself, I'm not that tech savvy. So most of the time when I need something set up or I need help getting through something that's technical, I go to Steve and he helps me through it. So, we're definitely have a pleasure of having him on here and helping you guys out as well. So we'll, in a few minutes or so, once we get through a few things, he'll get in and start explaining some of these things to you about DKIM, SPF, all these domain records, how to set it up. So hopefully we'll be here for about 90 minutes or so. I don't want to be on here for longer than 2 hours. I want to respect your time, but I still want to be able to cover as much as possible. So I'm thinking we'll walk you through how to set up the email portion. Or maybe I'll jump into the SMS, since that's pretty simple and straightforward to get going. And then we'll talk about a few other things, and then we can jump into the email and the questions, whatever you may have. I really don't have too much of a plan for today. It was just pretty much walking you through the different steps. I have a few things here that I do want to cover. But as you can see, I want to talk about the new features, setting up the email, importing leads. Many of you have had a few issues with importing your leads, so I want to cover that and how it works. And speaking of, let me go ahead and open Microsoft Excel, since on this computer sometimes it takes a while to get that open. So I just opened that. The Facebook Messenger, SMS, and the upgrades. Okay, many of you have been emailing support to ask about the upgrades, and like I said, we will be shifting and restructuring a lot of what we offered in this initial opening. So if you haven't picked up any of the upgrades, we'll talk about them, and you'll make sure you want to get on them as well. But that's it. I guess we can pretty much jump on into it. If you guys have any questions, you can start posting them in, and we'll look at them every few minutes or so and try to get them answered. If it's a really long-winded question, or if it takes a few minutes to get through it, we'll probably save it for once we get through a few of these things. But that sound good to you guys? Give me a 2 if you guys are excited. I mean, there's a lot of you on here. Awesome. Evan is saying, thank you for doing this walkthrough. You're welcome. Yeah, I know it was much needed. We've been, I haven't been sending many email updates to you guys because we've been, working through getting all the minor bugs that have been reported, figured out, adding some new features, and just been in the support desk, really helping you guys out, getting you guys through everything. So I think also this walkthrough will help you guys a lot to clear a few things up. So let's see, what should we cover first? New features, setting up your email, and I guess put 1 through 6 in the chat box what you'd like to start with. I guess I did mention SMS was one of the quick ones that we can get out of the way, since there's about 4 steps to setting that up. Someone is saying no sound. All right. Well, there's a bunch of different answers coming in. SMS, email, new features, integrations. All right. Perfect. All right, there's a lot of SMS coming in. So let's do SMS. All right, since it's pretty much a straightforward setup with Twilio. One thing that I have seen that a couple of people reported was they set everything up, but they were trying to send a test message and it just wasn't working. And we were trying to work with them on seeing what they might have missed on the setup. And the whole time, I believe their account was in trial mode. And he reported as soon as he took it off trial mode, boom, everything was working perfectly. So if you have everything integrated and for some reason you're trying to send a test message to yourself or to your spouse or to a friend and it's not going through, just try and ensure that you're not on trial mode. And let me go to Twilio while I'm speaking of that. Twilio. And when I signed up, I don't believe I did any sort of trial, since it's a pay-as-you-go platform. So I think I just signed up when I did it. So I'm not sure exactly how you might end up on trial mode, or I'm not sure. But if you are, if for some reason you do see something like that where it's not going through, check to make sure that you have either some kind of payment tied to your account or something that would make it a fully active account. So let me log into here.
Real quick, Josh, let me mention something.
Yeah.
I see a ton of questions and comments coming through. Guys, we can't read that fast. There's over 500 people. There's over 800 people on this call. It's almost full. So please hold off on questions and comments until after we're finished, please, because there's no way we can do these demos and do everything else and answer your questions at the same time. So please, if you could, hold off until we're done.
Perfect. Yeah. So some people are asking, will this be recorded for future review? Yes. So it is recording. Let me make sure. Yep. GoToWebinar. Luckily, they added a new feature that auto records as soon as you start. So yes, that is working. But let's get back to this. All right. So make sure if you're on trial mode, again, get off trial mode. Someone is asking, how do you know if you're on trial mode? Again, I'm not really sure because, again, I didn't go through that. I'm trying to see in here if there's somewhere where it shows if you're on trial or not. I just signed up for the free account. Maybe if your balance is 0 or you don't have any payment set up, that's when you're on trial mode. Again, I'm not really sure. When I signed up, I just set everything up from the beginning and it worked perfectly. So if you sign up for an account and maybe don't do any of this setup of the charging and the funds and all that, maybe that's what just keeps you as a free account without having an active account that can process payments. So maybe that's what it is. But once you're in here, well, let's start this because let's start from the beginning, because some of you reported not being able to get to the screen, and me, since again I just went set up and set everything up, I assumed that everyone would end up on this page here when you sign up. But I went ahead and I believe I added an additional tutorial that shows you how to get to this page. But once you sign up, you're most likely going to end up on this page here. All right, which may be confusing because at first I didn't have a tutorial showing this page. It went straight to the console for the project I had created. But once you sign up for Twilio, again, you're going to be taken to this page. And then here you're going to be on templates or products. You're going to want to make sure you click on products. And then over here to the left-hand side, this is what you want, the programmable SMS. You click on this here. You click continue. Oh, I unclicked it. Click continue. And now is when you get taken. Well, you got to name it. Let's do webinar demo. Continue. You can skip this step. This is to invite teammates. And this now is when you land on the page that you need to be on, where you can get your SID account, your token, which is what you need to add into Sendiio. So I'm going to, oh, look, there it goes there. This says trial. All right. Why does that say trial and nothing else says trial? Let me see. Does the billing get, that one says trial. Maybe. Oh, look, here it says upgrade project. Yeah, there it is. So that's exactly what I said. So this, you get perfect. We've diagnosed that problem here on the call. This is perfect. So when you initially create an account, I guess it goes directly to trial mode until you connect your billing information. So that's great. I'll go ahead and add something like this to the members area as well. So once you sign up for Twilio, this is how you know if you're on trial mode. Right here, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. But let me see if I can zoom in a bit. Let me see. Yeah, right there it says trial next to the project, the name of the project that I just set up. All right, it says trial, and then if you go to, if you click on upgrade project, it takes you to the billing. Once you connect your billing information, again, you're not going to be charged. It's a pay as you go model. So as long as you connect a payment source, you should be able to be taken off trial mode. So let me go ahead and go back to the Sendiio project, which is off of trial mode, since I do have my billing information in there. And this is the information that you need pretty much, okay? And let me hide that. I don't know if that's sensitive information or not, but I'll go ahead and hide that real quick. Let me come up here. Edit profile, that is where you set up your Twilio information. So here is where you put your phone number. And please don't try to call this number. There's been a few of you that have tried to call this number. This is not my cell phone number. This is a Google Voice number. Although it is connected to my cell phone number, it is not a support line, okay? I have, believe it or not, there have been at least 5 or 6 people that I guess they saw this tutorial where I cover this, and they saw this phone number and they've been trying to call it to get support, okay? Which is, again, it's a Google Voice number. I don't get, the calls don't go to my phone, but if you leave a voicemail, the voicemail goes to my phone. So please don't try to call this number to get support. The best way to get support is to email our support system, and usually we've been replying within 1 to 2 hours, usually since the launch. If it takes a little longer, just bear with us. We are getting a lot of support tickets at the moment. But again, you put your phone number in here, and one very important thing is to make sure that you have your country code in here, okay? So whatever your country code is, for US is +1, whatever yours is, make sure that is in there. If you don't know your country code, just type in, let's see, UK country code. All right, just type it into Google, so +44 if you're in the UK, or whatever. Australia here shows here, +61. All right, so whatever yours is, if you don't know it, you could just Google it and it'll give you that information. Then you add that in front of your actual phone number. And then the account SID, that shows up right here at the first console for the first initial dashboard page, which is right here. You just copy that, paste that into this area here, Twilio account SID, the authorization token, I believe, auth token, whatever that stands for, that abbreviation, which is right here. You just view it. I mean, I guess you guys already saw it. So you just view it, put that in here, put the Twilio sender number, which you can find and get a number by coming here, clicking on, oh, let me do that again. So there's 3 options here. You click the one that gives you more options, click on phone numbers, and then you will purchase a phone number from within here. It's, I believe, $1 a month, so you can buy a number. And what you want to, when you buy a number, all right, and again, you can see all the different countries that are active with Twilio, and they pretty much have all of them, I believe, or at least many of them. All right, you select where you want that number to be, and many of you have asked that as well, if Twilio works in my country or whatever it may be, but you can see all the countries that they work with here. All right, oop, and I don't know if you guys heard that, but it sounded like something fell outside. All right, perfect. So +1, that you can see here, if you don't know what your country code is, they actually provide it here within Twilio. And then here you can search by phrases, by digits. You know, if you want to have a catchy phrase, you can do that. It's optional. If not, you can just select voice, SMS, and MMS. The reason you want voice is, you know, we may be adding those. You know, we're going to see which Twilio is going to be one of the options to integrate that voice drop system. So make sure you select that. You don't really need fax, so you can leave that. I mean, I'm surprised they even offer fax services still. You click search, and then you'll be able to see all the available numbers that they have. All right, you buy it, and then boom, that number belongs to you, and that's the number that you put into the sender box here. Okay, whatever number it is that you buy, exactly as you see it with the +1, is where you enter there. Once you click save, that's it. That's all there is to setting up Twilio. Okay, it's really 4 different options that you input here, and that's it. And make sure that your account is off of the trial mode by connecting a payment source. And once that is good to go, you can just come in here and start creating your different lists. Okay, now you can come in here and paste phone numbers in here. Most of you have already been able to do this. Okay, this is very straightforward when you create a new list. So webinar numbers, description, webinar numbers, okay, phone numbers. You can put whatever you want here. All right, let me put, I don't know, I don't want to put a made up number here. Does anyone have a phone number they want to input into the chat box? Or maybe not, so your phone number is not out there. All right, so let me just put a fake number for now. It was 1111. All right, and the importing, okay? I was gonna cover that with the email part as well, but I'll just cover it now. One important thing is to make sure that you use our importing template, okay? Many of you are trying to export from Aweber or GetResponse or another platform and take that download file and import it into Sendiio. That's not going to work. Okay, you have to just download our template and copy the things over that you want to use and then import it. Okay, and I'll show you how that works here in a few minutes. But once you do that, you could create, and that's it. Now that list has been created. All right. One thing that we also, that one of you, excuse me. Woo, I just ate some lunch real quick before coming on here, since I knew we were going to be on here for a while. So one thing that you guys did request was to be able to export your different lists. So we have added that, okay? So you see this now, this export feature allows you to export your different lists. But that's it. That is as complicated as it gets when it comes to setting up your SMS with Twilio. Doesn't get any more complicated than that. Does anyone have any issues with setting up Twilio? Give me a 1 in the chat box. Someone is saying, where is the download import? Okay, I'm assuming the template file. So if I come in here to edit, all you have to do is click on this question mark icon, and here you can see the here is clickable. Okay, and it'll download in Excel format. Okay, and my Excel always goes very slow on this, but there you can see phone numbers import template. Okay. All right. Need to set up my account. Looks good. No issues with Twilio as long as we get the replay. Okay, perfect. What do you use for your phone number? You use your phone number. Whatever. I have it set up with Google Voice number, but you can put your cell phone number. Let me go back to that. So here, your phone number, you can put again your Google Voice number, your actual number. You can buy another number from Twilio and use that. You know, you can use whatever phone number you want in there. All right. Someone's saying, what is the true support email address? Our email is support@zamuraiblogger.com, or you can go to pretty much as Zamurai support, and that just pushes you to email us. Okay. We don't have a complicated email, a complicated support desk where, oh, did I spell that incorrectly? Yes, I did. We don't have a traditional support desk where you have to create an account and all that stuff. Is just a simple email, and you can see it here, support@zamuraiblogger.com. So I'll put this in the chat box for you. Okay, send to all. Perfect.
It should also be on your receipt. So if you check either at Warrior Plus or your JVZoo account, you'll find it on your receipt information as well.
Lawrence is asking, what is Twilio for? Twilio is to use the SMS portion of Sendiio. So it's what we integrated with to be able to deliver your text message campaigns. All right. So what if I handle clients from different countries? How can I send lists to different countries with respective country code? Yeah. So whenever you come in here and enter the phone numbers for whatever client you're using, just make sure that when you're importing, you are adding those. So if I go to add phone numbers, just make sure you're adding the corresponding country code for. That's one important thing as well. When you're entering the phone numbers list, you want to make sure that you can see here it says starting with a plus and country code. So whenever you're adding the phone numbers, make sure that you use that corresponding country code with that. All right. Lawrence is saying, do I need Twilio? If you're not using the SMS portion of Sendiio just yet, then you don't need it. But again, Twilio is pay as you go. So as long as you have it set up, that's it. Whenever you get to actually using it, then you can come in here and use it because everything's already set up. If you don't plan to use it at all ever, then don't worry about it. You can just focus on the email and the Facebook portion. Okay. But yeah, that is Twilio. Logan is saying, can I import list fans from Facebook? No, you cannot, because there's really no way of exporting subscribers, I believe, from Facebook. So you can't really. It's tied to their profile, so it's not really something you download and import. The way when you gain a Facebook subscriber. Oh, and that's another thing that we added as well. Some of you requested that you show your subscribers count. So now you can see here subscribers. You'll be able to see that. But that's Twilio in a nutshell. I believe I covered it as clear as possible. All right. Oh, nice. Siobhan is saying she just got SMS working. Perfect. So glad that we were able to clear that up for you. Robert is saying, I already have Twilio account set up for another app. Can I use it on this one too? Yeah, absolutely. If you already have a Twilio account, just follow exactly what I just showed and you'll be able to get that working with 2 different platforms. I don't see why they shouldn't. Donna is saying, is Twilio only for sending text messaging? Yes, yes and no. They offer those 4 different things that we showed. So they offer voice, fax, SMS, and MMS. Okay, and we're gonna really be expanding the SMS portion of Sendiio as well. Many of you have requested some very cool things that we add, which is 2-way text messaging. Some of you have asked where the replies go. They for now they do go inside of your Twilio account. Okay. So in here you can see reply. All right. So in here, if you go to programmable SMS, here's where you can see if someone replies to your messages. So these are people that have replied to me. And one thing that you guys asked, you can see this guy replied, got it. Okay. Because I have a campaign going where it says, hey, reply to this text if you've received it. And this guy replied, got it. So this is where you can see those people that reply. And someone asked, how do you get that message that tells people to stop if they want to be removed? And that message goes out to them automatically. So once they reply to your message, they get an instant reply saying, thanks for your message. If you want to subscribe, reply. If you want to unsubscribe, reply with stop, things like that. So that gets sent immediately once they reply. So yeah, I wanted to cover that, but I think I lost my train of thought. I was talking about adding what we're going to be adding. So we're going to be adding the 2-way text messaging. So if someone replies, the replies will be showing up inside of Sendiio. You'll be able to send attachments as well. So we're going to be adding the ability to send images and things like that. So lots of very exciting things coming for SMS. All right. Let's see. What other questions? No Twilio service in South Africa. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I mean, if they don't have it, there's not much we can do. There was one suggestion that someone sent about another integration that we can do. So I'll see if they have South Africa in their system as well. Let's see. Curtis is saying, how do I give clients access? That is coming soon as well. So we do have our VA feature license here, which gives access to your VA. But what we're going to be doing is we're also going to be adding an additional option where not only can you give access to your VA, but you'll be able to group your campaigns into different different groups for different clients. And then once you give sub access, you'll be able to either give VA access or give client access. And with the client access, you will be able to select which groups they have access to. So if you have campaigns running specific to a specific client, they'll be able to see just those, just the campaigns under that group and not see any of your other clients' campaigns. So that's coming soon as well. All right, Stephanie saying I'm confused on how to get the numbers, but I'll watch the replay. Okay, I'll cover it real quick since it doesn't take too long to cover it again. But here on the home page, you can see here, here's where you get the information, the account SID, the auth token, and then to get your phone number, you come here to the option that shows more options. Over here on the left-hand side, it says phone numbers, and that's where you get your phone number right there. All right, that's enough about SMS. I think I covered that pretty easily. All right. And let's go on to the Facebook Messenger. Okay, now there is a pretty big issue right now with Facebook Messenger, which we were able to replicate. I was going crazy all weekend because it's working fine for me. It's working fine for Steve. It's working fine for other people. And then there's some people that the connection isn't showing up the way it's showing up on the tutorial video. Some people are just not seeing the same options. So we spent all weekend investigating. We've submitted a ticket to Facebook to see what's going on. So we are currently investigating that issue where you go to connect your Facebook page and all of that works great. Okay, let me show this webinar demo. click add, click OK, proceed. So most of you are able to do all of this, okay, and you're able to select which one of these pages you want. But then when you go into Facebook to get your page submitted, that's where Sendiio isn't showing up for some of you, all right? So again, we've been in contact with Facebook to see what's going on there. And once we get it cleared up, we will let you guys know, those of you that have submitted a support ticket. But the good thing is that we have been able to replicate it on our end. So I have two Facebook accounts. I logged in perfectly with one of them. Everything worked as it should with one of them. And then with the second account that I tried with, I was able to replicate that issue. So we are on top of that. But once we get that squared away, that's how simple it is to add a new fan page. Okay, now they do have a new policy. Okay, a new policy where you have to submit your page for approval. Okay, so if I go to Facebook, oh, I don't want to go to messages. All right, so if I go, let's see, the page that I just added, I believe was how to learn Spanish, I believe. And let me just go here. Manage pages. How to learn Spanish fast. That's the one that I just added. All right, so I'll show you what some of you are, the issue that some of you are running into, okay? So if I come here, what we cover in the tutorial video is to come here to settings. And after you make sure that people can message your page privately, you're supposed to come here to Messenger platform, and Sendiio is supposed to show up right here as a connected app. Okay, so for some of you, for some reason, it's not showing up as a connected app. It shows up on your personal profile that you gave Sendiio permission, but then it's not showing up here under the fan page, which is what we need to be able to proceed to get your fan page approved by Facebook, okay, to be able to automate your Facebook messages. And that approval process is a new policy from Facebook. It's not something that we did. It's something that everyone now that creates a chatbot is required to do, okay? Your users are required to now submit each fan page they want to use for approval. But once you get past this and get to the filling out of the information that they require, like we show in the tutorial video, everything should go smoothly from that point. But this hurdle here of some of you not seeing Sendiio as a connected app is what's pretty much slowing things down right now. But again, we've been trying to get in contact with them all weekend. We finally send them a support ticket, but I don't know if they work in the weekend or not because they haven't gotten back to us. But hopefully within the next couple of days, they get back to us and let us know what is going on here. But once we get this all resolved, then your fan page submission goes smoothly. There shouldn't be any more issues with getting fan pages added. And once you submit the approval process a couple of times, you'll see that it's very, very simple to do, especially the way that we showed in the tutorial video. Everything will go smoothly, and as long as you're using the chatbot, in a socially acceptable way that meets Facebook guidelines, and you're not doing anything wrong, your fan page should not get denied, okay? But if you're on there promoting something you shouldn't be, then of course there's a good chance you're not going to get approved. But once you get through that process and get your fan page approved, everything with the Facebook portion is very straightforward. You can come in here, add a welcome message, all right? And this, anytime someone messages your fan page, not only do they automatically become a subscriber, but they also can get this message sent to them right away, okay? And that's how you build up your subscriber base, by getting people to message your fan page. And we're going to be, again, adding different ways that you can have people message your fan page. Okay, one way is to add a chat bot to your website. Okay, and then a little in the bottom right corner, there's going to be a little chat option, and as soon as someone engages with that chat on your website, boom, they automatically become a subscriber. There's also ways that we're going to be adding where you can send someone a specific link, and once they click that link and message your profile, boom, they become a subscriber as well. So Facebook provides, I think, 6 or 7 different ways for you to be able to build subscribers, and we're going to be tapping into a few of those. So again, we have big plans for the Facebook bot as well. So you guys again are in for a great treat for that. So once you've done that, let's go back to the other options, which is the new bot reply. That is, again, here you select the page that you want to use, and here you can add your keywords. So keywords, and now I do have to update the tutorial video. So instead of doing the comma separated keywords for using multiples, now it's just you click enter, and it registers that keyword. So let's do coupon. Let's do discount. Okay, so now it's separated on its own instead of you having to worry about, is there a space between the comma? Is it together? So now you just click enter, and each one is separated on its own. You click the reply here. Here is where you put your reply. You add your attachment here. If you want to add an attachment, an image, audio file, video, whatever you'd like to add, you can do that here. And this is very powerful as well if you think of the different ways that you can do it. Okay, let's say you're working with a client, they're running a special coupon, and you can set up different keywords that trigger this reply, but it also is going to send that person a video, so you can have your client create a quick video and instantly connect on that personal level with that person that is messaging them. So if you're, for example, working with a chiropractor and someone messages their fan page, you can have the chiropractor put together a quick video and be like, hey, thank you for messaging our fan page. We look forward to meeting you in person. You can give us a call right away and see what our schedule is like. Something along those lines that builds that personal connection with the person messaging the fan page. Okay, so you can add that as an option there. Click add, and keyword coupon. Oh, I already created one like that. So let me just delete that, click add. All right, and the reason that popped up is because I already have an auto reply with the word coupon for that page. And that's it. That's how simple it is to set up a chatbot reply. And where am I going here? Let's go back to fan pages and the comment auto replies. Okay, now one thing that one of you requested as well is at the moment the comment auto replies go through the messenger. Okay, so the process is the same of setting these up. This is right now pull. As soon as you click this, it's going to pull all the posts on your fan page. So depending on how many posts you have, it might take a while. But let me see here. If I click on this option there, and I did that a little fast, but let me go back. If you hover over the post that you want, you'll see this edit option shows up. That means that I'm going to set up a comment auto reply for this specific post. Okay, so whichever one you hover over and click edit on is the one that is going to be tied to. So if I click edit, and here I already have one set up. So if I want to add a new one, I just come up here to the right hand side and put add post reply, keywords, hello, hi, and let's put help. Oh, oops, help for some reason. All right, and here's where you put the reply. Hey, how can we help? All right, now, like I said, once this is set up, this is gonna, if someone comments on a public post with these keywords or a private post that you're using for ads, they're gonna get a message sent to them right away from your fan page with whatever message you have here. Okay, one thing that we're gonna be adding is for you to be able to set up these replies to happen on the actual post as well. Okay, so you're gonna have either engage them privately or engage them publicly. All right, and then from there we have the broadcast. Oh, whoops, I'm under the Twitter, which I'll be talking about here shortly, which we'll be releasing soon since all of you got it as a bonus. And then here we have the broadcast management portion of Facebook. Okay, if I click on add broadcast, here same thing. You select the page that you want. You name your broadcast. So webinar test. Here is the message that you want to send. And again, you can add an attachment. Now, there's two ways that Facebook allows you to engage with your subscribers, okay? And everything that they have done, which is, submitting your fan page for approval, putting restrictions on whether you can send non-promotional and promotional emails, all of that is, I'm pretty sure, comes down to people just, making a good thing, turning it bad, and then Facebook having to bring down the hammer and regulate stuff. So right now, you can send non-promotional and promotional messages to your subscribers. The promotional ones can be sent to subscribers that have contacted your page within the last 24 hours. Okay. So if someone just subscribes, you'll be able to come in here and send a direct promotional message. So if you're running a coupon or a special sale for a client, if someone is engaging with that page within the last 24 hours, you can go ahead and set up a promotional email right away. All right, for anyone after the 24 hours, it'll have to be non-promotional. But you could in here, thread that line of, non-promotional and promotional. You can always have different attachments. So you can send out an image that has a subtle coupon code on the image or something like that. So you can always kind of tread that line, but tread that line at your own risk, okay? But once you set all of this up, this is the message that gets sent out, the attachment that you want to send out. And again, you can attach an image, an audio file, a video file. You select whether it's a non-promotional or promotional message, and then you can either run it immediately or you can start it at whatever point in the future you'd like. Once you set that up, you click add, and so the date should not be in the past. So let's do an hour from now. And now that has been set up, okay? I'm gonna delete that so that it doesn't actually get sent out, but that is it. Let me see if there's any questions coming up. Question 1, can we use your Sendiio logo? Depends what you would like to use the Sendiio logo for. Jonathan, yeah, so Jonathan is asking a great question. I followed every step in the tutorial videos, submitted the request for approval, and was denied. What do you suggest in this situation? We're going to be putting together a step-by-step PDF walkthrough, which makes it a little bit clearer, because we have been seeing that some people are, skipping a step here or, not doing it exactly. And I'm not saying that's the case, Jonathan, but we will be putting together a step-by-step PDF as well as that video to try and help you guys to really get through the full approval process. And for the most part, Facebook will let you know why you got denied. Okay, then sometimes they'll even provide screenshots, and it's not a permanent denial. Usually they'll just give you a reason why it was denied, and then give you some screenshots and give you pointers on how to remedy the information you submitted so that you can get approved. Okay. Can you have ManyChat and Sendiio attached to one fan page? Yeah, there are two different apps, so you can attach, from what I believe, as many apps as you want to your fan pages, and it shouldn't really matter. Benedict is saying, getting the message, the page ID has already been taken. That means that you're probably trying to add a fan page has already been added to your account. All right. Michael is saying, does your Facebook bot use JSON for Facebook ad integration? That is a very technical question for me, but I believe I have talked to my developer about something related to JSON. So I want to say yes. All right. So that is the Facebook Messenger in a nutshell. Again, once we get past that issue with some of you guys are seeing this, and Jonathan, I'm not sure if you also saw this or didn't see this, but still continued with the submission. Once we get this cleared away, it's going to go a lot smoother for everyone, and the approval process again should be a lot simpler once this is set up as well. Let me see. Is Jerome saying, is the Facebook Messenger bot multilingual? Yes, it should be. As long as you type in here whatever you want. I mean, whatever keyboard you're using for your specific language, it should work just the same. Just like how Facebook supports multiple languages, whatever keyboard you have set up is what should work when those messages get sent out. And if it doesn't, let me know, because honestly, I haven't even tried it with a different language, but it should. I mean, I don't see why it shouldn't. Let me see if the Spanish N works. Yes, the ñ works. So we'll see. I mean, if you have any other keyboard set up with different languages, if it doesn't work, let me know, and I'll let my developer know to get that support added in there. All right, so we got this. Let's talk about the upgrades real quick, okay? Some of you, or let's talk about the features and then we'll talk about the upgrades. So I've already mentioned a few of them. Oh, the link swapper, okay? Some of you, well, all of you that got in during the special first opening that we had for Sendiio, we did announce, I think in the last 2 days, that we were gonna be adding the link swapper, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Because sometimes you're going fast, you're going 100 miles an hour, you're setting up a new email campaign, and for some reason you have a typo in your link, and your subscribers are trying to click on the link, and you start getting a bunch of email replies. The link is broken. The link is broken. The link is broken. Within a few minutes, you can come in here inside of Sendiio, and these are all the links that I've used and here is the message that it's being used for. So if someone is messaging, oh, your last email, the link is broken. Okay, you can come in here real quick, click edit, swap out the link, and now all the traffic that was sent to this link is going to be automatically changed to whatever URL you want. So if you have a typo there and all your traffic is going to a dead link, you can come in here, swap it out real quick. Or if you sent out a specific page and for some reason your conversions aren't doing as well and you want to change it out, boom, same thing. You can come in here, edit it, and swap that out. Okay, we haven't made this live yet. I'm doing a few final tests of it, and I'll let you guys know when I do make it live. Okay, I believe the developer added it in here, I want to say 2 or 3 days ago. So I'm running a few tests, making sure everything's running smoothly. Once I feel comfortable releasing it, I will open it up to all of you that are on here, and you'll be able to start using that right away. So that is one of the features that we've added so far. List exporting. Okay, some of you requested that. So if I go to my list, you can see here the export option shows up now. Okay, and same, I showed it for the phone numbers as well. So my list, export, you can export your phone numbers as well. Okay, Twitter, again, we're adding some final or doing some final tests of Twitter, but you can see here it's already live for admins. So we're in here running tests, but you'll be able to do pretty much the same thing as Facebook. You'll be able to automate all of your Twitter accounts. So that's being tested in the final stages. It should be released a lot sooner than we expected. On the sales page, we said it would be ready within 30 to 45 days. But it's going to be a lot sooner. It's going to be more like, probably 15 days after launch. So that's coming soon. New message editor. All right. I know some of you have been messaging about the editor that we have in here. Okay. Oh, no. Yeah, here we go. All right, so this option here, being able to have more options, and trust me, when I first saw this, I told the developer, hey, we're gonna have to get something in here that's a little bit better. But I've been using it for what 7, 8 months now, and I've kind of grown to like it, this editor. But some of you are used to other editors, so we're gonna get something in here that is more along the lines of what people are used to. Again, it took me probably about a month to get used to this new or this different editor, but there's a lot of you that would prefer one that has a bit more different options. So we will be getting that changed out to something that is more, I guess, popular, because this different options of changing the styles in here instead of having it right on the options. Some of you aren't really fans of it, so we understand. So we're going to be changing that out here shortly. Let's see. So more options coming soon. The new form builder. Yes, I know for the 1000th time, for everyone that has been telling us how ugly our form builder is, we know, trust me. When I first saw it, when the developer showed it to me, I'm like, whoa, number one, why does it pop out like that? And number two, we need it to be a lot nicer. But since for me, even when I use Aweber forms or GetResponse forms, I never use them as is. I always integrate them with some sort of page builder because I want it to look a lot nicer. Even the ones from Aweber and GetResponse, even though, yeah, you can style them to look a little bit better, I still don't. Again, I just rather integrate it with an actual page builder that allows me to really make the form look nice and mesh with the actual page that I'm building. When I first saw it, my initial response was, we're definitely going to have to get that changed out. But my second response was, okay, as long as I can get the HTML code and integrate it with my preferred page builder, that's okay. Okay, so I think my assumption that you guys would think the same was off, because many of you want to be able to just come in here, create an opt-in form, grab the HTML code, and embed it directly on a website or whatever it may be. So that was my mistake of making that assumption that everyone thinks like me, where, okay, I got the HTML code, I can go integrate it with an opt-in form plugin or a page builder, whatever it may be. Okay. So we will be changing this out, and the callback URL here when you're creating a web form is your thank you page. Okay. Usually your thank you page is a very valuable piece of real estate. If those of you that bought the Sendiio Academy, you'll know why. Okay, because I cover a few things about your thank you page on there. But your thank you page is a very, very powerful piece of real estate. It's the first thing someone sees after they opt into your list. So you can have a video on there welcoming them onto your list and create an immediate connection with that person, put a face to your name and who they're opting in to receive information from. You can also monetize that thank you page. So not only can you welcome them, but you can offer them a discount as an initial new subscriber. So if someone is opting in to receive a free report from you, you can offer them, hey, thank you for signing up to receive my free report. I'd also like to give you a very special discount for becoming a new subscriber on my XYZ course. In this course, I cover XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And since you're a new subscriber, I'd like to offer you a free discount that you won't be able to use once you leave this page. So if there's going to be a link below, it's going to take you to a special page that you can get this discount as a new subscriber. Boom, whatever it may be. So you put that page on here, and that's where people are going to go after they sign up. So I should probably change this because many of you are confused with the word callback. So I might just change it, tell the developer to put thank you URL. And once you do that, you just input that URL there. You click create form. And here's where the ugliest form builder ever created shows up. And usually what I've been doing is just leaving it as is, not doing much editing. I click done. click save, and then I come here to the HTML code and I integrate it with my preferred page builder, okay? So that is the form builder that we currently have, but again, we know it's ugly. We will be changing it out. We will be changing it from a pop-up to something you can actually do within here, and we're going to be adding drag and drop templates, all of that stuff. So just give us some time. Again, Sendiio is at the very beginning stages, and when I first saw that form builder, those were the two things that I thought, man, this is ugly, but it works, and I can integrate it with a preferred page builder. Excuse me. Okay. Let's see. Will you have an ultra sweet interface? Ultra sweet. I'm not sure what you mean by ultra sweet interface, but yeah, we are going to be changing that up to make it look nicer. All right. What is your favorite form builder? I definitely use a few different ones. So I use Optimized Press, Convertri, and I have been in talks with the owner of Convertri to see if I can get you guys a special deal. I'm trying to lock that in for next week. So make sure you guys keep an eye on your emails, because I'm trying to push him to right now. If you go to convertri.com, all those prices are monthly. So I'm trying to get a deal worked out for you guys for that, because Convertri is really robust. It allows you to create some very cool drag and drop form builders, drag and drop pages, and it loads very, very fast. So Thomas, pretty much Optimized Press, Convertri. I know a lot of people like ClickFunnels. Convertri and ClickFunnels are pretty much very, very similar to each other, okay, except that Convertri has some big advantage in terms of load speed, the way that it's built, and it has that free form building where you can pretty much do whatever you want. But again, I'll still trying to work out those details with the owner, Andrew Fletcher. I've met him in person before in London, so I'm hoping that the fact that we've met in person and we've had a couple beers together pushes them to be able to get a good deal for you guys. Let's see. I think like you do on the form builders. Awesome, Evan. So I'm not the only one. Perfect. Yeah. Even again, even I have never. I don't think I've ever used. Even with Aweber, whenever I create a form with Aweber, I never style it in Aweber. I always just boom, create it, leave the default template that's there, get the HTML code, take it to a page builder, and make it look nice on there. Timothy is saying single opt-in. Yeah, right now, let me see. That was another thing I wanted to talk about. Double opt-in. Okay, many of you are requesting double opt-in. Right now, we only have single opt-in. I've always used single opt-in because it increases those subscribers, and that you definitely lose subscribers when you add that double opt-in. But for some of you, it's a requirement now with the whole GDPR thing. So we will be adding double opt-in here shortly as well. So that'll make you guys happy for the GDPR. And someone is asking about the ringless voicemail. So let me add that here. That will be coming up soon as well. I did not forget about that. You guys will be getting that as a free upgrade as well. All right. Can we use Builderall or Power Lead System? Yeah. So any page builder, any opt-in form builder that accepts HTML code or iframe code will work with Sendiio. Okay. So yes. Any reputable, any good page builder will work with Sendiio. Patrick is saying agreed on the form builder. Yeah. All right. Awesome. So there's more than one person out there. Elvis. Oh, I like that name. Elvis. It's my dog's name, and obviously Elvis the King. Great name. Hey, you didn't answer my Facebook questions. If we missed it, please feel free to post it again. All right, someone is saying that one page builder doesn't work. I don't want to talk bad about other page builders, so I won't mention the name. But if you mean that Sendiio and that page builder doesn't work, then definitely send us a support ticket and we'll figure out what's going on. But it should definitely work. Smart tags, yes, smart tags are coming as well. This is just a short list, okay? If I open up the Excel document of all the different features that we have planned, we'll be here talking all day. So this is just a short list. Let's see. Let's quickly talk about the upgrades. Man, 1 hour down already. So let's try to keep this moving along so we can get to setting up the email, which is probably the biggest thing that many of you are having trouble with. So the upgrades. Let's talk about the upgrades real quick. Again, we will be increasing the prices soon and restructuring our funnel to add recurring pricing for future customers. So if you haven't picked up any of these upgrades, make sure you do so. Okay, the prices will be going up, and some of them are going to be bundled with another one and added as a recurring payment. Right now, they're all still one-time payments. Sendiio Academy is there's about 13 different strategies in here that show you how you can go out there and get more subscribers. These are actual strategies that I have used in my business to get subscribers, and I still use them to this day. First one, again, remarketing, very, very important. But here you can see all of these different traffic strategies that are in here. If you're new to list building, these will definitely help you out. If you already have an existing list, these will help you get even more subscribers. Again, you can pick it up right now for just a one-time payment. Let's see what the other one, the VA access. Okay, VA access is what allows you to give access to your assistant to be able to come in here and create campaigns on your behalf. But the way that we built Sendiio is that your leads are never compromised. Okay, and that's the biggest thing for me whenever I've given someone access or thought about outsourcing my campaign creation. I've always not done it for that very reason, because with every other autoresponder, you actually have to give full access to your autoresponder for someone to be able to run campaigns on your behalf. And when you do that, it automatically opens you up to having your leads completely taken away. Okay, because someone can go into your autoresponder with one click, download your entire database, and go do whatever they want to do with it. Okay, they can start spamming them right away, and not only is that going to affect the relationship with your list, but everything, your open rates, people are going to think that you sold your list. It just causes a big mess. So Sendiio with the VA access, you can give someone sub access to your account. If they ever mess up or you fire them, you can with one click lock them out, and that's it. So whether you're already in a position to outsource, or trust me, you will get to the position that you need outsourcing, it's great to have that in your arsenal so that you can know that you can bring someone on board your team and not have your leads compromised. Let's see, the booster. Okay, this is one of my favorite features for sure. Let's go here to broadcast management, add a broadcast. This is literally the only autoresponder that has this feature, okay? Because all the other ones, you actually have to do this manually. And we have the option to do it manually as well, but we also have the option to automate it, which is what we call the booster, which is the ability to contact the subscribers that did not open your initial email later on in the evening. Okay, and that's a very powerful strategy for anyone doing emailing. Usually the way I run things is I'll send an email in the morning, and then I'll send an email in the evening to those people that did not open the first email. Okay, so with Sendiio, I can automate that process. So I'll set up this initial campaign that will be sent right now. So once I finish setting that up, I can come here to the bottom and automatically have Sendiio contact the people that are not going to open the email, because as good of a marketer as I am, even with you guys that are brand new customers, I've been getting about 30 to 40% open rates with you guys. Okay, so there's still 60 to 70% of people that are not opening that first email. Okay, this allows me to get an additional 20 to 30% of people to open that email, okay, automatically. And before, again, with other autoresponders, I have to take time away from whatever I'm doing. Usually in the evening time, I'm getting my new daughter down for bed. We're showering her, we're feeding her, all of that stuff. So I don't want to have to take time away from that to go contact those people that didn't open the morning email. Even though I know it's extremely profitable, I don't want to have to break what I'm doing, and if I'm having dinner or I'm out and I can't do it, I want to be able to still have that luxury of sending that email in the evening. So we automated that. You put however many hours you want it to be sent. You add an optional different subject line because sometimes the time isn't the reason they didn't open the email. Maybe just the subject line didn't capture their attention. So you add a different subject line, you click add, and now Sendiio is not only going to send that first email, but is going to send that second email. Okay. And give me a 4 in the chat box if you picked up the booster plugin and so far are absolutely loving it. Okay, the booster right now I believe it's at 67 one-time payment still. And Timothy is saying, yeah, selling your list to other people, sad face. I hope that did not happen to you, but it seems like it did from that sad face. Awesome. So tons of 4s coming in. Perfect. Belinda is saying I bought all the OTOs. Perfect. Love it. All right. Miranda is saying 4, but not in love or in love? Because I absolutely love it. And if you don't love it, I mean, I guess I don't know what to say to that. I guess I can give you a refund if you don't love it because I absolutely love that feature. The VA, man, I'm not even sure. All the price you guys are asking for the prices, and look at me, I'm the horrible salesperson right now. I don't even have any of the links ready. Let's see if I can find these links for you guys. I know Sendio.VIPVA, that is the VA. Let's see what price. I think it's at 47 or 67. All right, let's see. 47. Okay, so VA is at 47. Let me get all these links open and put them in there before we move on. I know let me do Academy. All right, so let me post these in here in the chat box. Academy, give me 1 second, guys. Academy, oh, there goes Academy. Here goes Booster. No, it goes Academy, then it goes VA, I believe. VA license. I'm trying to do these in order so that if you do buy the Academy, then you'll automatically see the VA. And then after VA is the Booster. I believe is Booster. And then the last one that we had was Email Ramp, okay? Which is not inside of Sendiio, but it's a very, very powerful deal that I've been able to work out with you guys where you get access to the Email Ramp platform. Let me see if I can get that open real quick. And this pretty much comes built in with, oh, well, look at that. This is awesome. When I first approached these guys, there was 1,776 pre-written emails in multiple different niches that you can use. And the deal that I worked out was that you get the initial emails that are built in, plus you get new emails every single month. So with the front-end offer with Email Ramp, you only get 999. But since I worked out that you're getting the front-end and the upsell, you're getting the initial 999 plus all the new ones that they've added. So a couple of weeks ago, they were at 1776. So this is a great sign. It's a new month, and they've added 103 new emails. Okay. So that's a good sign there. But in here, you can just come in here. They have a bunch of different pre-written emails in multiple different niches. They have 4, 8, 12 different niches, internet marketing. And within here, they also have different types of emails. So list nurturing, pre-launch emails, product launch emails, storytelling emails, very powerful. Re-engagement campaigns. Okay, if you have a list that you haven't emailed in a while, you can get them re-engaged. Discount and limited time offer emails, emotional selling. Okay, so pretty much years and years and years of copyright studying that you would have to do to learn all of these different types of selling. I know there's email marketing courses out there, email copywriting that just focus on emotional selling and storytelling type emails, and they easily sell for like $197 or $297 just to learn how to write emails like that. With this, they're pre-written for you, so you can learn based on these templates and put them to use in your campaigns. All right. So yeah, I think that's the upsells there. Yeah, Academy, VA Access, Booster, and Email Ramp. Okay, let's see. Galatariel, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. You're saying, are you not going to launch the seasoned SMTP upsell? Yes, we are. Okay, we will be opening that up. Probably not for a few months yet. We are, just wanting to get through this initial period, get all these new features added, get everything running smoothly, get the Facebook stuff sorted out, and just focus on what we're at now. And then once we do feel like we're ready to open that up, we will. And what she's asking about is we initially had plans to, when it comes to setting up your email, when using the email, you were going to be able to connect to your cPanel, connect to a third-party account, or connect to our SMTP account. So we decided to not do that, since we knew we were going to be getting a lot of spammers inside of Sendiio, and we knew we were going to be, having to iron out a few different bugs that pop up, because no matter how much testing we do on our own, there's no kind of test that 4,000 new users can replicate. Okay, so we're working throughout all of that. Once we do, we will be announcing that. We will be reopening that upsell where you can connect to our SMTP account and not have to worry about any of the technical stuff. All right, but for now, that is on hold. Okay, let's see. Oh, Marana is saying like is good, but I'd like it to send more than twice. Yeah, so that's another feature that we will be getting, is for the booster option, you'll be able to add multiple options here. So if you email really early in the day and you want to be able to send 2 or 3 emails to your unopens, we're going to be adding that. Another thing that I thought about recently, since I was in here using it, and I was sending multiple emails in a day, I'm going to see if I can have our developer add an option to edit the email a little bit, because sometimes you're sending out like it says inside of Email Ramp, you're sending discount and limited time offer deals. So with limited time offer deals, what I like to do is sometimes I'll send an email out at noon, and then an email out at 6 p.m. and then another email out at about 10:30. So that 6 p.m. email, I usually send it to the people that did not open, but the body of the email still says stuff about noon. So I want to be able to come in here, not only edit the time, edit the subject, but be able to edit the body of the email as well, just in case some of the numbers change. If I'm offering 100 spots and I've already sold half, I don't want to confuse people and have them think there's still 100 spots if I've already sold 70 of them or 30 of them. I want to be able to edit that body. So we have a lot of plans for the booster, not only adding multiple layers, but also being able to add more customization to not only the subject line, but to the body of that email as well. So lots of cool stuff there. All right. Perfect. Academy, then VA. Yes, perfect. I got it. Edward is saying, I do not see any bonuses. Okay. If you don't see any bonuses, it's probably because I'm not sure if you purchased after after the 26th. So the 26th was the last day of the promotion where we offered the agency as a bonus and all these other features as a bonus. So if you don't see this bonuses tab here and you purchased before the 26th, then hit up our support desk and we'll make sure that gets opened up for you. All right. Cost of Email Ramp. We got an incredible deal, truly an incredible deal. We have it for $67, one-time payment. But if you go to the Email Ramp sales page, you'd have to purchase the front end, which is I think $37, and then the upsell, which allows you to get those additional emails every single month, I believe, is 97. And we, I talked to the owners, which is the same thing I'm doing for Convertry. And I was able to get them to include the front end and their first upsell for just 67, which is a 50% discount. And I believe for their upsell, it was either monthly or a 97 per year or something like that. But I was able to get it for $67 one time. And again, you get the front end and the upsell with email ramp. That's for a one-time payment of 67. And all the links are in the chat box if anyone is asking. All right, let's see. Where's the link to email ramp? It's in the chat box. Let me grab these and put them here as well, just in case. One second. Oh, did that get sent? No, it didn't. One second, guys. I'm trying to not only put it on here, but also, oh, it's not working there. All right, almost there. All right, sent to all, perfect. I just sent it in the questions box as well. All right, Joanna saying it is on the chat. Yeah, so in the control panel, I believe there's the questions box and then there's the chat box. So on the control panel for GoToWebinar, there's a chat option. Click there and all the links are there. Will workflows be added to the email sequence? I'm assuming you mean like being able to drag and drop and workflows like that, I believe. Not really sure what you mean by workflows. But if you want to be able to, if you're trying to drag and drop the emails to show which way they go, I haven't thought of that, but that could be a good option. What is the price for Convertry? Let's go check it out. I believe they're monthly. Convertry, I was looking at it the other day, but all their prices are monthly. But you can go buy it now if you want. But if you hold off, I'm almost close to ironing out much better deal than this. They have their free trials. Oh, why did I get redirected somewhere because I already saw their other pages? Yeah, so I guess whatever price is here. Let's see, pricing. They have a free trial. So 53 a month, 58 a month, or 166 a month. All right, and they bill it annually. All right, so that's the price for Convertry, but I'm going to be working out a pretty good deal for you guys so you don't have to hopefully pay those monthly prices. We'll see. It's a tough one. They've been around for about 3 years now, but we'll see what we can do. Terry is asking, did you say that if you get the Academy, you also get the VA? No, so they're all separate upgrades. Okay, so if I go here, Sendiio Academy is one upgrade, and VA Access is one upgrade. Sendiio Booster is an upgrade, and Email Ramp is an upgrade. What we're going to be doing in the future, though, once we regroup everything, I'm most likely going to be grouping a couple of these upsells together. So what I'm probably going to do for future customers is group up the VA Access and the Booster for a recurring payment, or maybe the Academy and the VA Access for a group monthly payment. Something like that. So I'm going to be definitely adding some sort of recurring for these upsells, grouping them together. But right now you can purchase them for each individually for a one-time payment, which the links are in the chat box. All right. Does it work with Zapier? Not yet, but we've had some people requesting that we integrate with them. Another thing that we're going to be adding is our API. So once our API gets going, we're going to be integrating with a lot of different apps. Zapier most likely will be integrating with them. We're going to be Convertry. That was one thing that I was trying to use to leverage. I'm like, look, we're going to have our API done soon. This will work perfectly with our customers. So I'll be able to integrate directly. So I'm trying to use that as a selling point for them as well, to integrate through our API. So we're going to be having our own API that integrates with multiple different things as well. Let me see. Will I be adding to the Academy? As of right now, I don't have any plans to add to the Academy. There's a lot of good options in there at the moment. There's 13 different traffic strategies, so I don't want to overwhelm you guys too much. But yeah, maybe in a few months I'll add some more paid traffic stuff. So most of the strategies in there are free traffic strategies. But maybe in the future I'll get some a little bit more paid traffic strategies in there. I think there's 2 or 3 paid traffic strategies, and I could continue adding more to that. But as of right now, I want you guys to go through those. There's a lot in there. I want you to take action on them and then introduce some additional stuff maybe later on in the future. All right, where do I ask my questions? Byron, you ask your questions exactly where you posted that question. All right. And let's see. Now I think we can probably jump into the emails. Oh, let's cover importing your leads real quick. So number 1, make sure you use our template. How can you can add as many fields as you'd like to the template as well. One thing that I've been seeing some of you trying to do is exporting from Aweber and taking that exact export file and importing it into Sendiio. That's not going to work. You have to use our template. And you do not need to create the fields first either. Okay, some of you have been coming in here to Sendiio. You come to list management and you've been adding your fields first. Okay, so name field, last name, those different things first. You don't need to do that. Okay, when you're importing using our file, again, you click this question mark, you download our template. Okay, once you download our template, that's where you add the custom fields. And let me go ahead and show you how that works. All right. So here on the left is our template. And when you initially download it, it's going to look like this. It's going to be blank here. Oh, let me see. Let me just do this. This is all going to not be here. Okay, delete. This is not going to be here. This is not going to be here, and this is not. It's just going to say email. That's it. That's all it's going to say. However, if you want to add name, all right, so let me add this back on there. If you want to add name to this line here, let me see if I can make this bigger. All right, if you want to add name, address, phone number, okay, whatever you want, you can add as many fields as you want here. Then you can add, I'm just undoing everything I deleted. So you can add the emails there, the name. All right, I'm just assuming everyone's name is bonus, address, and the different phone numbers. Whatever you want, you can add. Okay, let me just delete these 2 for now. So the second that I save this, it's gonna, and you come to import it, Sendiio is gonna automatically pick up that I have an email field and a name field, and it's gonna add it directly to that list. And let me see if I can do this here while we're on this call. Let me file, save this as, let's see, and hopefully Excel wants to cooperate, because you can see my mouse already turning. For some reason, this Excel on this computer goes very, very slow. Hopefully I didn't just freeze my computer, which is odd for a Mac, you'd think. Okay, usually these things work very, very good, but for some reason this Excel on this computer goes very, very slow. Same with Skype. So let's do webinar. Come on. Microsoft would like to access your contacts. Okay. Webinar. Let's save it to downloads. Save. All right. Now let's do webinar list. Oh, I think I created a webinar demo list already. Let's go back to that list. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Did I delete it? I don't think I deleted it. Oh, I don't think I ever clicked create. All right, let's just do it again. Webinar list, webinar list. I'll connect this to a third party. Sender name, Joshua Zamora. I'm not going to use this copy and paste option here. I'm going to use the file importer. And let's go to downloads. Webinar, here's the template. Click open. Use a custom footer. I'm going to use my main one. I certify all of these points. Click create. And there you can see emails count 17, fields count 1, which is the name field, and we're good. That's it. That is how easy it is to go ahead and add using our template, okay? And you can see here the field automatically populated, name right there, okay? The email is obviously, it's a given field since we're adding import email, so it's not going to show email. Since that's a given field, but the extra field that I added was name. Okay, so again, you don't have to create the fields first. When you create it in the template as the first option in the top, it's gonna read that and add it as a new field automatically. And now when I go to create a broadcast, if I click add broadcast and I select that list, where is it? Webinar list, you'll see this now pops up here as an available field. So if I click on that, you can see here field name was copied to your clipboard. Please paste it where you want it to go. So I can put hey name and the name tag shows up there. Okay, that's how you import into Sendiio. Please don't try to import something like this, which this is an export from Aweber. You know, they have just a bunch of different stuff on here. That's what people are trying to do. They're just trying to take this and import it. No, you take the Aweber field, you copy the ones that you want to use and just put it into our template and it'll work exactly as you saw that. Okay. Does that give me a 2 if that's clear? David, yes, email our support and we'll get you taken care of. Perfect. Awesome. So we got that out of the way. There's been a lot of issues with people trying to import. So hopefully that clears things up. And man, we are at an hour and a half and just getting to the email portion. So let's see if Steve is there and we can come in here and talk about that real quick.
I'm here.
Alrighty. So let me see if I can take it away or give you controls. And I guess what you can do is just pretty much start from the top, you know, just create.
Right. I'm going to take them from the beginning.
Sounds good. Let me send controls over to you. And if you guys are asking questions in the chat box, I'll be in there trying to answer some of those questions as well. So first, let me give controls over to Steve. Make presenter.
Wrong screen.
There we go. Oh, and actually, before you jump into that, let me take the screen back real quick.
Go ahead.
All right, so setting up your email. So we're going to cover 3 things, right? Your own cPanel setup, the premium. We have 3 ways to do this. Your own cPanel, the premium SMTP, and we also have a done for you setup service, okay? And Steve is the one that's going to be handling all of that. Many of you requested that, okay? And we've already set you guys up with that as well, where you know, Steve is going to go through all the technical stuff right now on how to set that up. We also have the tutorial videos, okay? Now, a few things about your own cPanel. There are some limitations based on your host. It takes some time to warm up. It does require technical setup. And we also have those tutorial videos, okay? But just like with the Facebook Messenger, we are going to be having PDF walkthroughs coming soon. And same thing with the premium SMTP. Usually when you're integrating with a third-party one, you get a bit better and faster delivery from the beginning because you're not having to do the warm-up and all that stuff. Usually with a premium SFTP, they have those IPs already warmed up, good to go. You connect to them, boom, you're already set up. But it does require some of that technical setup where you have to install the domain records, which is what Steve is about to go through right now to get set up. And again, we do have those tutorials. So even if this training session may be a little bit a little bit advanced or a little bit too technical for you, watch the tutorial videos, and we're also going to have PDF walkthroughs for that. Again, we hired a company to go through all of our stuff and create PDF walkthroughs. It is going to take some time, but as soon as that's done, we will have that available. And we also, again, many of you were asking for if we can just set it up for you. Unfortunately, we can't do that for free. It does take time, especially if you watch the tutorials. There are certain different things that you have to do. Some of you even got upset with us that we wouldn't do it for you for free. But again, it's a very time-intensive process. So we me and Steve talked it out, and we're like, hey, let's create a done-for-you setup service so that we can get some of these people up and running who prefer to not do it themselves, or who just keep running into issues with the technical side of things, and we can just remove that and do it for you. However, there is one downside to this. Again, since it's a very time-intensive process, we're only going to be taking on 50 people, okay? Probably 50 people at a time. We're going to be taking care of everything for you. So we'll just need access to your hosting and or third-party SMTP account. And we'll have some bonuses that Steve created as well. But I want to really mention that after Steve goes through all the technical setup right now, we will be opening up that done for you service for 50 people only, and then close it down. Make sure we take care of those 50 people because it will take some time, and then possibly open it up for another 50 people. And then so it's going to be on a first come first serve basis, this done for you setup service. So we'll talk more about that after. We'll just get through the stuff that Steve is going to share with you now, and then we can talk about the done for you service after. So let me get that over to Steve now. Clive is saying, great job. Thank you, Clive. Gary's saying, I have to leave soon, but looking forward to the replay. Awesome. Hopefully we've cleared up a lot of things, and I feel we did. We got through the Twilio trial thing, the importing. So I think we're doing pretty good. Now Steve is gonna wow you guys with some amazing technical skills, because again, he is one of the smartest guys I know when it comes to setting up email servers, setting up SMTP. So pay very close attention. If you had any issues with the email portion of it, this is your time to really lock in and pay attention.
Okay, I hope you guys are seeing my Sendiio screen. Josh, can you verify that for me?
Yep, I see it just fine.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we're going to take this from the beginning because I know a lot of you guys get confused and you're jumping around and you're like, what the heck? So I get it. I know this isn't an easy process. It's not even an easy process for me, and I've been doing this for over 25 years. So the first place to start is you have to have a sending domain. I don't care if you're using Amazon SES, MailJet, SendGrid, or any other third-party app. You still have to verify the domain. So what we're going to do is we're going to add one, okay? I have a new domain that I just bought that I'm going to set up with you guys, okay? And it's called AstuteHub, ASTUTE hub.com, okay? Now, when you add your domain, you'll see that it says action required. Now, that action that's required is you come over here to the settings, and you're going to copy and paste these items. The first item is going to be your DKIM signature. You hit copy. You go to either your cPanel, or if your DNS controls are either on your registrar which would be like Namecheap or GoDaddy or any of the other hundreds of them out there, you would either have to control it through them or you control it through your cPanel. But if you're already running a website or something like that on that domain and you have cPanel installed and you're using what's known as custom DNS or name servers, then this is where you're going to go. You're going to go to your cPanel. You're going to go to your zone editor. A little slow because we're on video. Click on the manage link, and you're going to be adding what's known as a TXT or a text record. Okay, that's in this cPanel version, and there's multiple versions of cPanel. So if you're seeing a different cPanel than what I'm showing you, all the functions and controls are pretty much the same, just some of them have a different interface, which, like I said, there's thousands of web hosts out there, hundreds of DNS panels from different registrars, and there's no way possible we can show you all of them. So I'm just going to use the least common denominator, which is a standard current cPanel, okay? So we're adding a text record here, and this is the part we just copied that went to the clipboard, okay? And as you can see, it put that there. Now we go back and we grab the second part, which is this. Again, it's copied to the clipboard. We go back to our zone editor and we paste it in here. And then we click add record. Now, for the next part, this requires just a little bit of extra effort, but you'll see how to do it right now. We go over here. This is going to be what's known as SPF, or a Sender Policy Framework. What that means is it's a security control, just like DKIM is. DKIM is a digital signature. Now we're going to come over here. We're going to add another TXT record, and we're going to paste this part here. Now here's where it gets a little tricky, so I don't want to confuse anyone. It's going to give you a dummy record, or a stubbed out record, if you would, and you paste it over here into this area where it says text. But it says your sending server domain, okay? That's the name of the domain. So in this case, it's going to be astuthub.com, okay? So you highlight over that, and you can either delete it or you can just overwrite it by going astuthub.com, okay? And we change that. Now you need your IP address, which is, if you notice right here, is already there. So you can just copy and paste that right here where it says your IP server IP, and paste it. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Hit add record, and it's there. Now, sometimes this could take maybe even an hour or two to hit refresh, but let's hope it works right now. It verifies. Yes. So if you do it correctly, you should get a verification almost immediately. Now, if you're in a different country where maybe your routers are slower than what they are here in America, then you may have to wait an hour or two for the confirmation to come back. But as you saw, it came right back and it picked it up right away. So that part's out of the way. I know it seems a little complicated, but just follow along with what I just did and you should be good. Now, we're going to add an SMTP domain. We come back over here to your cPanel again. Go back to the main screen, and you go to email accounts, okay? When you're in your email account, you're going to see where it says password and authentication, okay? We're going to use this admin, or you can create another email. You can create as many emails as you want in there, okay? And I have to give it a password, so let's just go with, okay, and then retype the password again. And we're going to create the password. Okay, now you come over here, whoops, sorry. Connection devices, I'm sorry. I meant to tell you connection devices, and set up mail client. Now it's going to pop another screen, and it's going to show you. Now, if you already have an SSL certificate, like I do on this domain, then you're going to want to use the SSL. If you're not using, or if you don't have an SSL certificate on your domain, then you're going to want to use the non-SSL information here. So as you can see, when we go back to Sendiio here, where the heck did I put Sendiio? There she is. Okay, we'll go back here to the SMTP accounts. We're going to add the account. Okay, we call it whatever we want. I'm going to call it a Astute Hub. And this is going to be the host information, which normally is in most domains mail.domain name. But just to confirm that, let's go back here and check. Yep, just like I said, outgoing is going to be, they're almost always the same. Here, and go back to Sendiio, and you place that here. Okay. Encryption, since I'm using SSL, is SSL. But if you don't, or if you're using TLS or none, just choose the correct one for yours. It'll automatically default to what the default port number is. But in some cases, some cPanels and some hosts will block the standards. So they may have 587 or whatever. That's something you'll have to get when you open this up. It should tell you, okay? But as you can see here, SMTP port 465. So it looks like that's correct. And let's see, what other information does it need here? Okay, it needs to have a from address, okay, or username, which is the email address itself, okay, which is admin at Astute Hub. Excuse me. And then whatever password we used for the email account. Enter that there. The from email, if it's going to be different, you can change it. Otherwise, just copy and paste what you already put here, which I recommend you send from the same email if you can. What did it say?
And real quick, Steve, as well. If you guys would like to be one of the first 50 to take advantage of that first 50, there's been a few of you that have posted that you got to get going, but you want to be one of the first 50 to get the done for you setup. I have posted the link in the chat box and in the questions box as well. So if you want to be one of those first 50, there's already been a few that have taken advantage of it because they do have to get going. But I want to put that in there. If there's any other of you that have to get going, but you want to take advantage of that, I posted the link in the chat box. And for those of you that are asking if we're going to be sending out the replay, since this is going to be overwhelming, someone posted, I might as well shoot myself now. Trust me, we understand. So we will be sending out this as a replay, and you guys will be able to watch it as many times as you want. Plus, we have the tutorials where we cover this as well. Plus, we're going to be having those PDFs walkthroughs as well.
Okay, and so unless you're going to be changing, like for example, a lot of you were complaining that because some cPanel host will only allow you to send so many emails an hour or a minute or a day or whatever, we added this feature in. But in my case, I'm using a VPS or VPS server, private server, so I can send as many as I want. So I'm just going to hit add. Add. Come on, Sendiio. She's thinking about it. Well, actually, what it's doing is it's verifying my settings in the background. So it may take a minute, especially since we're on video here. Oops. Okay, for some reason it had a connection problem, but this is what you do. I don't want to drag this on any longer than it has to be. I'll correct that after we finish with the video. But anyway, that's pretty much what you have to do. It may be complaining about this. And like I said, there's no absolutes and always when you're doing this. It's a process of elimination. You just start experimenting, change it to port 25, try it again, hit add. If it doesn't work, then just keep trying until you get it right. Like I said, I've been doing this for over 25 years, and I still have to screw around with it to get it to work sometimes. So I know it's frustrating, but it is what it is, and this is as good as it gets. So it is the situation that we have. So after you've added that, or if you're going to add a third-party domain, which you can add, either Mailjet, SES, or whatever. But you can add any service that provides you with SMTP information. You would just set it up like I just did with SMTP. You still have to have a domain to send through. Okay. I know a lot of you get confused. You think, okay, well, I have SendGrid. Why do I need a domain? Even with SendGrid, you have to have a sending domain to send through. So if you're using SES or SendGrid or MailJet or any of those, you still have to have the domain set up, and you still have to put those two pieces of information to DKIM and the SPF, or else it's not going to verify and it's not going to work. Okay. So after you do that, that's pretty much it. The next process is to create a list. You have to create a list to be able to create forms and to send through, obviously. So, and then after you've done that, you also have to make sure that you put an unsubscribe footer, because Sendiio will not let you send an email without an unsubscribe. So hopefully this clears up a little bit of the mystery. We're running out of time, so I don't want to go too deep into this or go too far. Now, I do have, as a bonus for all the people that are on this webinar right now, is I've created a membership site, and it's free. You just have to register, and once you register, you'll have access to a cheat sheet, which will give you resources that you can go to that I use on a regular basis when I'm creating emails and testing them. There's different testing. There's different ways to test your domain to see if you're on any blacklist. There's links to how to warm up your IP, because a lot of people just want to get in here and blast away. Well, if you've got a dedicated IP, even from one of the main providers like MailJet or Amazon or whatever, and you have a dedicated IP and you start blasting away at it, you're going to wind up on the spam list and you're going to be blacklisted. Okay. Delivery is always complicated because it's not just the technical part of it that you have to get right, but you also have to be conscientious about what you put in your subject line and what you put inside of the content of your email. Now, to help you out with that, I also, in that same membership area, am giving you probably over 1,000 words that could be spam triggers. Now, I'm not saying that if you just put one of these words in there, you're going to go to spam. It's kind of like an accumulated effect. So the more spam words you put in there, like make money online, boom, probably going to go right to spam. Or if you put weight loss, you're probably going to go right to spam. So go through that list, just kind of check it to see if any of those are on your, in your email content, because that will get you into either the promotions tab or the spam filter with Google. And in many cases, you won't even hit the inbox of any other provider. So you have to get these things right. That's what the testing information is all about too, is to show you any problems that you have. Because like I said, this is complicated stuff. And you have to have reverse DNS. You have to have DKIM. You have to have SPF. You have to have DMARC. Okay. And all of these things are because spam is so pervasive on the internet now. Over 80% of all email traffic is spam, and it grows every day. I have a monitoring service where I can see the amount of spam volume being generated by all the emails that are being sent across the world. And it ranges between 77 and 84%. So that's why it's so difficult now to do all of these things. And even with the commercial autoresponders like Aweber, you're seeing deliverability problems. The same with these third-party services like SES and SendGrid and so forth. They're having difficulties. It's just gotten to be a complicated mess. I eventually see something coming down the pike that's going to hopefully rectify this. But until it does, unfortunately, this is the world we live in when we're sending email. So, like I said, the resources I'm sending you will help you go a long way with that. So I don't want to drag this on anymore. Josh, I'm going to send it back to you.
Yeah. So we do have a few questions about. I know you've probably used all the different hosting providers out there. So, what do you have any particular hosting providers that you would recommend for setting up cPanel, SMTP, or anything like that? I know you're a big DigitalOcean fan.
Right.
Anything else? So DigitalOcean is one thing that Steve just recommended to myself and my main developer, and we've literally moved just about everything that we have to DigitalOcean. That's one of them. I was using D9 hosting before. They were good at the beginning, but they switched me over to a different host, And for some reason, once they switched me over, things started acting up. But their support is good. I mean, their support really responds quickly.
Well, I can recommend a bunch of them, but really to ultimately do this the right way, if you're going to be sending major volume, is you probably want to have your own private server. Okay. Now I do build private servers, but I'm not going to bother you with that right now. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but if you're interested in getting a private server, hit me up on a private conversation and I'll make you privy to it. But this is really going to be for somebody that's serious. This isn't going to be for, just your regular IMer that's, got a list of maybe 1,000 people. If you need a dedicated email server, let me know and I'll hook you up.
So some of you are asking some of you are saying that the Done For You link is not working. I just clicked on it and it seems to be working well. Douglas is saying, did you say digital hosting? No, digital ocean, as in the sea, the ocean. Let me see. I'm gonna paste the link one more time for the Done For You. And I clicked on it and it's going to the correct place. So sendio.vip/DFY should work. Lee said that it worked for me. Perfect. John is saying we don't see it. Okay, it's in the chat box and I just sent it to everyone. And remember, it's for the first 50 people. So once we sell out, we will be taking that page down to focus on getting those first 50 people set up, because the last thing we want to do is have 300 of you order and then you having to wait a month to get your account. Okay, so we're locking it down to 50. We're going to get those 50 out of the way, see how long it takes. And then once we open back up, we're going to have a better idea of how long it'll take us to get through 50 people. We might increase the price to accommodate for the time that it takes and all of that stuff. So the first 50 people will give us a good idea of how long it'll take to get through 50 people, how long we can keep the second one, and for how many people we can open up for again in the second round. And just we're gonna have to keep going like that, because it's all time sensitive, and you can see just from what Steve covered that it is a time sensitive thing, and many times I saw some of you post that GoDaddy doesn't have this unlocked in your account, so many of your setups might be different, and it might require us to do a little bit extra steps. So that's why we have to limit these kind of things. The price right now is $127. One-time payment. Will either set up a third-party one for you or a cPanel one, whichever one you want. Right now it's just $127. You'll see on the page you have two options: the cPanel and the premium SMTP. Steve, what is the price? Just $127. Let me actually open up the page now. It's a very simple page. It's a very straightforward offer. Let me open it up one second.
Also, I just put the bonus link in the chat so that you guys can get those resources.
Let me take the screen back. All right, so this is the page. You can see here cPanel or third party 127, and we will properly configure your settings in cPanel, SPF, DKIM, DMARC, and also set up your SMTP settings inside of Sendiio, so you can just log in and have it be running without you having to worry about it. All right. Awesome. Jonathan, feel free to reach out to us, please. He says his company offers managed cPanel hosting that supports this kind of DNS SMTP integration. Awesome. westcountymedia.com hosting. Perfect. Hit us up, Jonathan, and we'll see if we can get something worked out. Again, someone else saying Done For You link does not work. Okay, I just went to it exactly as it is, and it's working just fine. Let me click on it one more time. Look, I just clicked on it, and boom, it redirects exactly where it's supposed to. So let me post it one more time. All, send to all. All right, so I just sent it on, and it worked exactly as it should for me. Okay, and I want to cover the upsells one more time so that if you guys haven't picked it up, you'll want to make sure you do so, because again, we will be increasing the prices on these and also restructuring our funnel, adding recurring, and some of these will not be available to purchase individually anymore. So the Academy is going to allow you to get out there and learn these different strategies that I've used to build my list. Again, I covered 13 different methods here that I've used in my business. All right. And some of you that use Safari or Firefox have reported issues with this. So I will be swapping these out so that it can work on all browsers. But if not, if you're having trouble right now, you can it works perfectly on Google Chrome. You can see I play it here and it works just fine there. All right. But for some reason, it's not working for some of you on Firefox or Safari. So Sendiio Academy, boom, 13 different traffic strategies. Most of them are free. I think 3 of them are paid, and it'll help you to get out there and start getting some subscribers. All right. The VA access, this allows you to give access to your assistant to be able to create campaigns on your behalf without ever having to compromise your leads. Okay, and that's the biggest thing with other autoresponders. If you want to outsource, you have to give main access to your account, which is very, very dangerous if you spend all this time, money, and effort to build a relationship with your list, and then someone gets access to it, completely just exports it with one click, and then starts just blasting things to your different subscribers. The booster feature, which again allows you to, and one thing that we're going to be adding to the VA access is client access. So like I mentioned before, and you guys for picking it up now, you'll be getting that as a free access. So it'll be VA/client access, where you'll be able to group your campaigns into different groups, different clients, and then you'll be able to specify which group that client gets access to so that they don't see your other clients' campaigns. So that's coming soon too. And if you pick that up, boom, you'll get access to that as well. And again, there's so many different features that we're adding, which is why we can't keep these prices and these individual upgrades around for much longer, because again, we're going to be expanding many of these to be just complete monsters on their own. And also even creating completely new upsells for new customers and different prices, more expensive prices. And the booster feature is going to have that as well. Okay, so we're most likely going to sell the booster feature in different levels. Okay, so one of you mentioned being able to add multiple levels. Okay, so that's coming. We're going to have the ability to have multiple levels in here to be able to send a few levels deep 3 or 4 different times in a day. And one thing that I personally thought about myself was the ability to edit the message as well. Okay, so not only will you be able to tweak the subject line that gets sent, but you'll be able to tweak the actual body of the message that gets sent. So that's some very exciting things coming to the booster feature. And also it's going to be added to the follow-up sequences as well. Some of you requested that we add it to your follow-up sequences, which imagine setting up a full sequence, a 7 or 10 email sequence, and not only is Sendiio sending it immediately to your subscribers, but it's also sending that follow-up email to those people that didn't open in the evening. So many different so much automation happening on your behalf just by that booster feature alone. So right now, if you pick up the booster feature, you'll be getting all of that as a free access. Once we add those additional upgrades, the ability to have multiple layers, the ability to edit the body of the message, adding it to broadcast emails as well. So even just the booster feature alone, we'll be able to sell multiple different ways. We can leave it as is, and for new customers, charge them extra to be able to take this multiple levels deep, charge them extra to edit the body, and even charge them extra to have it activated on their follow-up sequences as well. Okay, but as all of you guys for trusting in us and seeing how much we're going to be improving Sendiio, you'll be getting access to all of those different tweaks that we come to the booster. And email ramp, I closed it out. Oh no, I didn't. I have it over here. Email ramp. This is where you pretty much get your emails written for you. in multiple different niches. They're adding emails every single month, which is evident by this number alone. When I first logged in, there were 1,776. Now there's over 1,800 in multiple different niches. Oh, logged out. In multiple different niches and multiple different types of emails as well. So the years that it would take you to learn all those different types of copywriting, you can just use these templates in here. And that's it. That's it for now. All the links to the upsells are in the chat box. And I'm not sure exactly when we'll be changing things around and moving things around and increasing the prices. The first thing that's probably going to happen is we're going to increase the prices. And then once that happens, and once we get all those additional features, we're going to put together the new sales videos explaining the new features for VA as well as the client. And I might split those up. I might do it so that let me send this to all of you, so that it's VA access. So if you want to give access to your VA, and then you can also, a different upgrade will be client access. If if you pick up, and let me add this like this, because I'm thinking of the new funnel now. So the agency license, remember, this was a bonus for those of you that bought the front end, the pro license. You automatically got the agency as a bonus. So we'll probably do this, couple this with the agency. You can give your client access and have this be a separate upgrade. All right, so multiple different things that we're going to be having in play. But right now, again, you guys can get that, all of that, and any upgrades that we come in the future, you'll be getting access to them. All right, Thomas saying, is there a limit on how many clients you can have? No, there won't be any limits right now for you guys. In the future, we'll put a limit on that, especially, and put a limit on how many clients you can give access to and all that stuff. Homer, yes, I will send that to you now. All right. Perfect. So Joe is saying how to make client access, how to give clients access. As of right now, it's not available. Right now, we just have VA access. But again, that will be coming soon, where you can, when you create the sub access. So if I come down here to sub users management, we're going to have the ability to not just restrict by the features, but you'll be able to restrict by different groups. Okay, so you'll be able to have if you have a chiropractor client, you'll have his chiropractor campaigns in a group, and you'll be able to select that and only give him access to that chiropractor campaign group. All right, so that's how that's going to work once we get that in there. Ernest, just hit us up on support, and we'll get you taken care of. support@zamuraiblogger.com. Ales or Ales, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly, is saying email ramp is a one-time payment or monthly. It's a one-time payment, and you're getting both their front-end offer and their first upgrade. Their initial offer is just for 999 emails, and their upgrade offer is you get monthly emails every single month. And I was able to negotiate it for just a one-time payment. You get access to both of those. Nikki is saying, when do you anticipate the OTOs will be locked out? Again, we probably won't be locking them out for, I'd say maybe a week or two. We're going to be increasing the price soon because, again, there's been so many plans and so many ideas that are starting to come up with what we're going to be doing and adding to these. That we just can't keep it at the current prices. So we're most likely going to, number one, increase the price for those of people that are still purchasing Sendiio, or those of you that want to purchase in the future. The prices will be more because we will, like I said, we're going to be adding a bunch of different features to these, splitting them up, making them different upgrades on their own. So I'll send an email once we get closer to that point that we're going to increase the price on the upsell, so you guys can make sure you get them and get them locked in. Michael is saying agency access is free if you got it at the beginning. Yeah, so all of you that are on here, if you purchased before between the 21st and the 26th, you got agency access. All right. Robert is saying, can you show Steve's link again? It's in the chat box, and the Done For You link is in the chat box as well. And remember, that Done For You service is for the first 20 people. First 50 people. We were gonna do first 20, but we decided let's do first 50 and see how that goes. So I'll put that in the link in the chat box one more time. Maya is saying, I purchased on the 26th, but I think I paid for agency. I thought it was rolled in with Pro. Yeah, so if you purchased on the 26th, you are an agency member. And that's another thing that we added. So if you come here to My Purchases, you'll actually be able to see what you have access to. All right, so that clears that right up. So log into your account. Over here on the left-hand side, you'll see My Purchases. You'll see what you have, what you don't have, what you can purchase, and what you can upgrade to. So if for any reason you missed any of the upsell links here, or you can't see them where we've been posting them, just log into your account, go to My Purchases, and they should all show up there. All right. Homer is saying, I'm trying to buy, but the system will not allow me. Are you trying to buy the upsells, or are you trying to buy the Done For You service? Rob is saying, can clients get access without the VA option? Yeah, so that's coming. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be splitting those two up. So right now, we just have VA access. Okay. We're going to be working on integrating that client access as well, and they'll be able to be separate. So when you're creating these sub users, you'll be able to give us either sub user access or client access. In the client access section, that's where those client options will be. All right. Support again is support@samuraiblogger.com. So and another easy way to get a hold of our support as well is just to reply to any of my emails that I send out. That'll go directly to support. So that is our support desk. Larry is saying, I do not see sub users. Sub users is an upsell. So it's one of our upgrades. So if you didn't purchase the Sendiio VA access, then you'll have to purchase that to be able to access that. Okay, so if you did not purchase that, make sure you do. If you did purchase it and you don't see it, then make sure you hit up our support. Dean is saying, I purchased on the 21st, but paid for agency at the time for $47. Was it supposed to be free? Yeah, so you got if you purchased on the 21st, you got the agency license as a free upgrade. Laura is saying you purchased on the 22nd, checking your purchases, but do not see agency. If you don't see agency, then yeah, good point. I don't see agency in here as well, even though I'm an admin, I have all access to all of them. So I'm assuming that since the developer is assuming that everyone's agency, he's not showing agency, but I'll make sure we correct that. So I'll make sure that those of you that are agency, it shows up here that you're agency. Those of you that are not, it'll show pro or personal or whatever that may be. Good. Let me write that down now. 1 second. All right. Manuel is saying agency client will be in the VA license, as you said. Yeah, so I'm not sure if we're going to keep it in the same spot. So it might be under sub users, or it might say sub users, and then under here it'll say client management. But either way, it's going to be very similar to this. When you add a new sub user, you'll have either sub-user access or client access, and have that option there. Oh, Paul Adams. Okay. Remove the email. Paul Adams is trying to get the booster, but I remove that second option there. Let me send it to you now. Hold on. All right. Okay, yeah, Maya. So if you purchased between the 21st and the 26th, you're good. You're good to go. And I'll have my developer make sure to make that clear for everyone that's an agency member. And I'd like to get some of your guys' feedback too. What do you guys think of Sendiio so far? Just post some of your feedback in the chat box. I would love to read what you guys have to say. And also, I mean, we've processed over 2 million emails, so there's definitely a lot of you sending some good emails, and I'm sure making some great profits. So we would appreciate. I mean, if you've already made a profit with Sendiio, we would love to hear from you. We'd love to get you featured on our sales page. So if you do have some sort of results already, feel free to send it over to our support desk, and we'll love to get you featured on our sales page. And if you have an image that you'd like for us to add to that, we'd definitely love to have you on there. Chuck, all right, if you purchase on the 24th, but you do not see the bonuses link here, make sure you hit up our support desk, and we'll definitely make sure we get you taken care of. It's support@samuraiblogger.com. Elaine is saying, thank you. I can't wait to start using Sendiio. You are welcome, Elaine. And we're here to help. We put this webinar together to try and help you guys as much as possible. We have the tutorial videos in the members area to help you guys as much as possible. And we also have the PDFs that are being worked on to make it even clearer to get you guys up and running as well. So we're doing everything in our power to get you up and running into Sendiio as quickly as possible. We do understand that it's a monster of a tool. It can be very overwhelming if you're brand new. So just if you stick with us, we're going to continue to try and improve and make it even easier and more understandable to get up and running with Sendiio. James is saying, I love Sendiio. Awesome. Great to hear it. Looks very exciting, especially to be in early. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those of you that got in early, this is truly one of those scenarios where getting in early is going to pay off, because this is going to be a lot more expensive in the future. The upsells are going to be recurring. We may even, once we introduce our SMTP connection, we're going to have recurring packages as well. So there's so much to come still. All right. Nikki is saying, I think the OTOs as they stand should stay available until the 21st of May. So 2 months from now. You wanted to keep it up for 2 months. All right, Nikki. I mean, what I could do is, if anything, just keep it on for, say, another month or so on their own separate pages that you as agency members could access. We'll see. I mean, we'll see what we can work out. What sense have to buy an agency plan and can't create sub-users? Yeah, well, remember, sub-users is right now to give access to your VA. All right, that's all that it is right now. And we're going to be expanding on that to give client access. Okay, so if you have an agency license, you'll still be able to take advantage of those agency features that we have coming up, where you'll be able to group your clients into different groups to be able to keep things separately. And then that additional feature of giving your clients sub access. All right, so that's where it makes sense to have those two separate, because not everyone wants to give their clients access. You just want to be able to run campaigns on behalf of your clients, and you'll be able to take advantage of those additional features of grouping and keeping everything separate. And then those that want to take that initial step of giving your clients access, that's where that difference is made. Stanley is saying, I can see where this is an awesome tool. Look forward to using it when I get out of the hospital. Whoa, hopefully everything is okay, Stanley. And the fact that you're on this webinar and at the hospital, that is definitely amazing. When will the replay be available? So we're at, man, almost over 2 hours now. So I'll probably be shutting it down here in a few minutes. Usually once we get over the 2 hour mark, it takes a little longer to render the replay, but I'll try to get it up by tonight, if not by tomorrow morning. Jesse is saying, are you seeing my questions? I am not. Let me see. Hello. Okay, I see you that, and I see hello. If you can pose. Okay, here it goes. I think I see it. Just bought done for you in case. If I already had it, please clarify and refund correct. But no. So we have not offered the done for you service until now. We did offer it to a few of you in our support desk, and a few of you have taken us up on that since you were asking for it, and that's why we've opened it up here on this webinar. So it was not available anywhere else unless you asked for it in our support desk, which we sent to you guys. But no, this is the first time we're opening it up publicly here to all the customers. So Kimberly, so a lot of you are asking for the replays. So I'll be shutting it down here in the next minute or so. If you have any other questions, we're always available at support. You can see here in the members area, if for some reason you're not understanding my thick accent, which I completely understand, on what our support email is, which is support@zamuraiblogger.com with a Z, so Samurai. If you can't understand what I'm saying, and I completely understand because I have trouble understanding myself many times, just come here into the members area. There's a support tab, and here's the email, support@zamuraiblogger.com. Prosper Noah is saying, I have set up Twilio and everything. I send my messages and it shows failed. I am fed up. All right, that's definitely a great reason to be fed up. Number one, make sure your account is not in trial mode, which we covered at the beginning of this training. And number two, make sure that you have your country codes in your phone numbers. If those two things are set up and it's still not working, hit up our support desk and we'll see what's going on with your account and see how we can help you out. Can you see my request above? Sasha, let's see if I can find you. Sasha. I'm not sure how far up you are. Can you post it again, please? There's still a lot of you on here. There's 400 people still on here, so lots of questions coming up. Gregory is saying, Mr. Zamora, very impressed with this webinar and the Sendiio product. Glad that Jamie at JobMock sent me the invite. I have Academy and will be upgrading to the other upsells within the next couple of weeks. I'm also looking forward to the replay. Thank you very much, Gregory. Jamie is a great guy. And I know Jamie did offer that he's going to be doing a training for his customers. One of you asked when that's going to be. I'm not sure, but he did message me earlier this week, or I believe on Sunday, asking for me to send him the list of people who did purchase from him. So I sent him that. I know he's going to Thailand this week or this weekend. So he may be caught up with that, but I know he's going to come through for you guys regardless. So if you're on here from Jamie, then just be on the lookout for his email and he'll be contacting you guys. All right. Darcy is saying, amazing value. I feel very lucky to have gotten in on this. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited that you guys are on here as well, because trust me, we have a lot of plans for this. Donna is saying, can you see my questions? I'm trying to keep up with all of them. But as soon as I scroll up, 20 more pop up below. So please post it again if I missed it. James is saying, I'm going to buy Boost and Ramp. Awesome. Shay, same thing. Do you see my questions? Please post it again. Let me see. I'm trying to look up and see if I can spot it real quick. No, I don't see it. Shay, please post it again. Darcy, yeah, I saw that SendGrid is not part of Twilio. So we'll see. We'll see what they have plans. We're going to be investigating to see what kind of integrations they're doing amongst themselves and see how we can work with them. Ginger saying, how long will the email ramp offer be available? Again, whenever the guys message me saying that they have to take it down, because again they do sell their platform on their own separately, so, and a lot more expensive. So right now we're kind of underselling their product to Sendiio members. So usually, most likely, whenever I increase the price on our upsells, I'll tell them, hey, look, I'm going to increase the price on email ramp as well, just so that their users don't feel kind of I don't know, I'm not sure the word I'm looking for, but they feel ripped off, I guess, since our members get a cheaper price. Darren is saying, great webinar, guys. Do we need VA to give clients access, or is client access coming as a normal upgrade? So yeah, so you need to have the sub users access. So the sub users is going to be coupled in with the client access as well. So as of right now, so for any of you that are on here, we're going to couple that together. Probably for any future customers, it's going to be separate. So if someone buys our agency, we'll probably upgrade them to our client sub access. If someone buys our regular personal access where they just want to use it for themselves, we'll probably upsell them on the VA access and have those two features separate. But for those of you that got in early, you'll get access to both and be able to either give VA access or give client access. Wade, yeah, so hit up our support desk, Wade, and number one, we have our done for you service, and once everything is set up for you, you can have your VA go through our tutorials and learn how to use the software. Do you have to have VA access to have client access? Yeah, so if you guys purchase the VA access right now, you will be unlocking in that future upgrade, which is the client access. Remember, it's not available right now. We are working on it, but if you purchase the VA access, those of you that get it now will be locking in that client access once we get that added as well. Elvis is saying there is no response method section in my Facebook settings. Yes, so we covered that at the beginning. We are aware of that, and we have been trying to reach Facebook over the weekend. They haven't gotten back to us, but hopefully within the next day or two. Usually it takes them about 2 or 3 days to get back to us. So and we were able to replicate that issue. So we spent all weekend trying to figure out why is this not showing up for some people, and I was able to replicate it, thankfully. So on one of my accounts, it shows up. On another one of my accounts, it doesn't show up. So we're trying to get that worked out with Facebook now. Guy is saying, do you have an update your subscriptions option in the footer? Not right now. Right now we have just unsubscribe, but that's a great option. Let me add that here. Manage instead of just unsubscribe, because I know that's very annoying where you kind of have to contact the person to upgrade your information instead of you just being able to do it yourself. I can't type right now. All right. So a lot of you are asking, does agency access come with client access? So right now, no. Right now, to get access to the sub access, you have to purchase the VA access. You will get the client features of being able to group the different campaigns into different groups for client purposes. So if you have your chiropractor, you'll have his email campaigns grouped into the chiropractor group. And then his SMS grouped into his SMS group. You'll be able to use those features. However, you won't be able to give access, sub access. So those two things will be different. The actual client grouping features, and then once we have those client grouping features, being able to give sub access to your clients will be separate as well. But right now, if you purchase the VA access, you'll lock in those two options to be able to give your clients access. Hopefully I'm not confusing too much, but in short, purchase the VA access and you'll be good to go. So Darren is, I guess I'm confusing you guys. Still not sure, so I need to buy VA access to give clients access. Yes. So the VA access and the client access, for those of you that got in early, is going to be coupled together. So if you want, once we get the client access, once that feature is ready, if you want to be able to have that feature, you need to make sure you purchase the VA license. Okay. If you don't want to be able to give your clients access, but you still want to take advantage of the grouping features where you can group the campaigns into different groups, so into your chiropractor group, into your pizza shop group, and all those different things, you'll still be able to group your campaigns. You just won't be able to give your clients access to those grouped campaigns. To be able to give sub access to those group campaigns, you want to make sure you purchase the VA license. And this is going to be just for those of you that are in early. You'll have those two options: VA access and client access. All right, now we're coming up on 2.5 hours. So I said I was going to shut it down a couple minutes ago, but there's still a bunch of questions coming in. So I'll take a couple of more questions, and if there's any more questions, hit up our support desk and we'll help you out. And if we need to do another webinar like this, we will. The next webinar that I'm trying to figure out is with the Convertri guys. I'm still talking with them in Messenger. They're in the UK, so they're a little bit ahead of me. But I messaged them earlier today. We went back and forth trying to figure out a good deal. Because, again, their platform is very, very powerful. They have a recurring charge for a reason. They have a lot of expenses. So it's kind of taking a little while to figure out what deal we can offer to you guys without you having to pay their regular prices. So we're working it out. Hopefully, I replied to their last message a little while ago, so it's already nighttime over there. But the next webinar is going to be all about that Convertri deal, if I can get it locked in. If not, I'll just go ahead and do another training webinar. But if not, the next one is going to be about hopefully, it seems like it's 80% there, a Convertri deal. We'll get on, show a full demo of how it works, how it integrates with Sendiio, how their templates work, how you can generate leads with their templates, and very, very powerful templates. And then after that, if we need to do another training like this, we will, and then answer you guys' questions. Recording, yes, it will be recorded. Owen is saying, how long will the booster upgrade be open for? Again, I think Maya was pushing for 2 months, but we'll see. I mean, just keep an eye on email. And if, I'm always pretty flexible. If you guys miss it or you need some extra time, I'm usually pretty flexible. And again, since you guys got in early, you have a soft spot in my heart since you did adopt Sendiio and you're on this train with me. We'll see. I always try to work with everyone to keep people happy. But if I do increase the price in 2 weeks and for some reason you weren't able to get in, I'll work with you and see what we can do. Timothy is talking about SynLab, SynBuddy, and XRanker, my other babies. All right, guys. So that's it. Number one, my voice is given out. Number two, we're at the 2.5 hour mark, and it's probably going to take pretty long to render this replay. So thank you guys for coming out again. Make sure you pick up the upgrades. I'll see if I can post them in the chat box one more time. So.
And don't forget the bonuses.
Yeah, the bonuses, the done for you. Let me see, Academy, Booster. No, Academy. It goes Academy. It goes VA. Then it goes Booster, and then it goes Ramp. All right, so those are the links to all the upsells. Let me link to the done for you. And if anything, if you guys can't see any of these links, they are all in the chat box, okay? And if for some reason you still can't get it, hit up our support desk and we'll get them to you, all right? Adam or Adama didn't reply to my questions. I'm sorry, guys. If I missed any of your questions, I'm sorry. I mean, if you can see how it looks on my end, anytime I scroll up or scroll down to see the questions that are coming in, 10 or 20 more questions pop up. So it's hard to see all of them. And if I missed it, go into support here inside of Sendiio, click the support tab. Here's our support desk, and you can message your question there, and we'll be happy to help you out. All right, and that's it. All right. One last question that just came in. There are bonuses. Yeah, so the bonus link is in the chat box there. Steve just posted it here. All right. Just sent that to you as well. All right. Larry is saying, thanks, Joshua. You're a great guy. Thank you very much, Larry. Thank you, everyone that came out. Again, the next webinar, I'm most likely going to be about Convertry. And then if we need to do one of these again, we will. But if not, if you need some help in the meantime, hit up our support desk and we will get you taken care of. So again, thank you, everyone that came out. Thank you, Steve, for all the help. And yeah, thank you, everyone. And we will talk to you soon.